Hello, friends. Welcome back to Natasha's Healthy Living. I'm so glad you're here. If you're a mom like me trying to get back into the school groove without losing your peace, this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing my Back-to-School Homemaker Reset, a self-care survival kit that includes some cozy planning, simple routines, stress-free meals, and a few real-life prep tasks I do every year to help us start strong. I'm Natasha. I'm a mom, homemaker, and natural wellness girl who loves Jesus and a good planner. If you like cozy resets and realistic routines, hit subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at Natasha's Healthy Living for behind the scenes life and homemaking encouragement. Now grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea, or maybe a big glass of water since it's so hot, and get comfy, and we'll sit and chat about my back to school homemaking reset. One of our first back to school tasks is going through my daughter's clothes and shoes to see what still fits and what doesn't. She's been doing a lot of growing these last few years, and especially in the last 6 months. So, taking a moment to go through her closet and see what is still going to work as we finish out the summer months is definitely key. Plus, we just did a bunch of laundry since she came home from camp, and so this was a great chance just to keep from putting things back in the closet that weren't fitting anyway and really narrow down the items she likes and she's going to wear and that fit her well. This is the perfect time to declutter summer clothes and prep for cooler weather. So as I was going through this load of laundry, I made two stacks, one for the items I was pretty sure still fit and she liked and wore, and the second for anything I thought was either getting too small or she didn't like it or didn't wear it. So once I had that set up, then I asked her to go through it with me and just confirm things were in the correct piles. And when we were finished, we had a pretty good collection of things that we were keeping, and we also had a nice stack of things that we were going to either pass on to a cousin or donate. And this whole process helped us see what items we need to be shopping for over the next couple of weeks and kind of fill in the gaps that were created as she's grown out of things over the summer. And we're heading into a new season, so she needs to update her wardrobe with things that fit for the cooler weather. So now we have a shopping list that will help us stay focused when we're out looking for those items. And in the end, this allows us to have a smoother morning because I know everything in her closet fits and it's stuff she likes and she will wear, which is the goal. Next up, we review her backpack. Some years we do need to buy a new backpack, but this year the one from last year is still in good shape and she likes it and wants to keep using it. So we're going to reuse the same backpack. I went through all of the supplies in her bag and all of her little treasures and special things and just talked with her about what she wanted to keep and what wasn't necessary anymore. Plus, we looked at the school supply list from her teacher to see what things we still needed to get. quite a few of the basics like the dry erase markers and the pencils we need every year, so I knew that was fine. But we did find her pencil pouches were all pretty worse for wear, so I had her decide what she wanted to use for the new year, and she grabbed those from our stash and got that all set up. So now we have a new pencil bag in there and all of her markers and pencils ready for that. And we also have our shopping list updated with the missing items we need to get when we're out and about. Let's be real, back to school can be overwhelming. So this year I'm making a little Jordan Essentials self-care collection right on my nightstand. I started with my peppermint magnesium lotion, which is my go-to for tired muscles and tension headaches. My oatmeal milk and honey shea butter is my all-time favorite for deep moisturizing for my hands, feet, knees, and elbows. I grabbed the magnesium, lavender, and eucalyptus spray, which helps me sleep better. I love to do a quick spritz on my sheets and my chest. And my sleep stick is great for when I wake up in the middle of the night and my brain won't turn off. I can just rub it on my hands, my wrists, sometimes the bottoms of my feet, or even just under my nose on my upper lip. And then, of course, I grabbed my Living Faith devotional, which is a great reminder to start my day with a little moment with God and slow down before I jump into all the things. And this little collection just gives me that reminder when I enter my bedroom that I've got some time and some moments that I can set aside for self-care to make sure that I'm filling my own cup before I get out there to serve the world and my family. Here's how I'm simplifying meal planning as we head into the back to school season. I'm creating a rotating weekly meal plan that works with our back to school schedule. And this is based off of our Sidetracked Home Executives book. I have a video all about that, and I'll probably do another one soon where I talk a little bit more about some of these extra levels that you can use the system for. So things like your menu plan, you can have a set of 4 menu plan cards that rotate throughout the month, so one for each week of the month. And I'm going to set a couple of those up with you today just so you can see how that would work in the system. And you can also use this for, if you just want to have one basic plan that kind of rotates, you could make it as specific or as general as you want. So this is my home control journal, and this is where I keep a lot of the reference information. I still have my card deck here, my index cards that have all of my tasks that I'm rotating through. So in the meals section, I have, this is my current July menu plan, and I feel like this is a pretty good one to start off using because these are a lot of our favorite meals that I make quite often. So let's just take, for instance, this first week, and I don't have a Sunday meal plan, but I think I can make one up here. So just like the Sidetracked Home Executives have in their meal plan here, you're going to have, it's a yellow card because this is something you'll be looking at daily. You'll just list your days of the week on the left and then your options on the right. And you can be strict with yourself if you want to really stick to this as a definite plan where things have to fall on the day, but you could also just look at it as a list of 7 meal options, and you can pick and choose as you go through the week based on how things are flowing through your routines and household schedule. So we're going to put, I have to look at that one more time. Did they label it like week 1? That's what I was thinking, is you need to have like week 1, week 2. They just have them not labeled, but I'm gonna put, just to kind of keep my brain straight, week number 1 menu plan. Now you could use these anytime during the week, so it's more just to know I have 4 different versions of a menu plan. And I'm just going to put, we'll start with Sunday, and I'm using my friction erasable pen. That way I could always change it down the road if I want to. So we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, you could also just number these 1 through 7 if you wanted to make it very universal, where you could pick and choose things as you go through. So on Sunday, what's a favorite that we haven't had for a while? Let's do roast beef is actually something that would be good as we go into the fall months. So I can either do that in the slow cooker or in the oven. So we'll have roast beef. And then Mondays, I just do L/O for leftovers. That's my little code to myself. Tuesday is our Chipotle chicken wraps. Something else I have found over the years is to think about your favorite little coffee shop or cafe and some of your favorite menu items from that. So when I get in a rut, I kind of shift my gears and think, if I was running a little coffee shop, let's see what would be on the menu. So things like these Chipotle chicken wraps are just a wrap, and you can make all kinds of variations of wraps and, you know, put in something that specific people in the family like, or change up the flavors. Same thing with a quiche with salad. That's something that our favorite coffee shop used to serve a lot, and so that's an easy one to have on the menu and kind of rotate through. Plus the quiche can work as a breakfast item too when we're in our busy back to school schedule. Tacos with rice on the side. And then usually Friday, I'm gonna put pizza or dine out. D/O is my code for dine out. And then Saturday will most likely be a dine out day too. So there I have one weekly menu plan ready to go. Let's go ahead and do another one. So this will be week 2. This might get your wheels turning and give you some ideas as well. You could just do 2 if you wanted to rotate back and forth. All right, so for this one, we'll do the same thing. So Sunday on this one, I think I'm gonna pick this 3rd week here, kind of change up what our options are. So let's do chicken noodle soup. And then Monday, of course, is our leftover day. Tuesday, I'm gonna do a hybrid. I think instead of blackened chicken salads, let's do the BLTs. That's something easy. Wednesday, I'm gonna do my 1-pot pasta because that's a family favorite. And then let's do the smoky tilapia tacos, some kind of tilapia. And Friday we'll do our pizza night again. Pizza or dine out. And then Saturday most likely would be a dine out day. So now I have 2. So I'm gonna keep going and make my other 2 menu cards. So I'll have those, and then as you're setting up your weeks, you would just look at the calendar, and I would probably put them in on the Sunday. So since we have we are almost to the end of July when I'm filming this, but we'll just kind of pretend here. So I'm gonna put one on the 27th, which is tomorrow. And then I'm gonna look ahead to August, and the first Sunday in August is the 3rd. So then I'm gonna put my next one in front of the 3rd, and that way I've got those 2 weeks already set and ready to go in my card file, and those can just keep rotating. Now another layer you could add to this is if you wanted to go through and create your shopping list based on those weekly menus, you could have a corresponding page. I don't know if you could fit it all on an index card, but you could try and have a corresponding shopping list to go with each week as well. So that would really make it easy, where you're just reviewing your shopping list, checking to see what you don't have on hand that you actually do need to buy, and that gets you set up for your weekly run to the grocery store. So that is a little update to the index card system and adding in your menu plan, and of course I also mentioned a couple of videos back about doing this monthly version. You can do that too. There's lots of ways to do a menu plan, but just having something set up where you're going into the busy back to school season and you don't have to think so much about what you're going to be serving is always helpful. So here is your gentle reminder, you are doing better than you think. I know back to school can be chaotic, but it can also be beautiful. You don't need to do it all, just the next right thing. I hope this gave you some ideas and some peace today. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to grab my back to school checklist over on my blog. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Natasha's Healthy Living for more cozy routines, planner inspiration, and real life encouragement. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.